9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2.
So it's going to be planB versus play ClanBase EuroCup 26. Quake Live TDM is a Group A match, and Curry straight away getting that mega pummel kill, and he's grabbed himself a plasma. Nice start for him.
Yeah, he did some decent damage with it, but no real chance to survive and try and regroup with his team in a situation like that.
Quad is mightily important on this map. We've seen that in previous matches. In fact, on every map, the power-ups have pretty much decided who takes the map thus far in the tournament. Quad could spawn now. We don't know the first quad time, but it has to spawn by the end of the minute, this first one. And we can see that planB are in perhaps the better position to start off with, although Serbo's just doesn't really know what he's doing. They're messing around here, and they've paid a heavy price.
Yeah, he took
Serbos
so
and
much damage trying to get that weapon away.
I really think that was a really messy job they did there, but Orteza's still coming out on top with that item, and they're still trying to pass him the lightning gun, and it's... Oh, he just runs straight to that rocket. I mean, that was... Yeah, that...
It wasn't the rocket that was going to kill him, it was possibly that railer from the quad room.
They won't be too happy with the smoothness of that transition of weapon control there, will they?
Not at all.
So, Play are just in the lead on this map. As you say, they've had some excellent performances themselves on this one.
Yeah, and they're in the position on the item that they consider to be most important to their style of play. They're at that red armour.
We've seen the general tactics of the teams that have won more often than not have been more focused on the red and perhaps the rail. But we haven't seen every victory based on that. We've seen some people work on the yellows and the mega and that quad area with the lightning gun. So I'd say it's a relatively balanced map.
Yeah, and you're still going to see the way that this map plays. It's going to evolve. I mean, it's still a very new map. You know, this is the first competition that we've seen it.
No, going frag for frag on Murray there. Rockets to the chest. Play still just that one frag advantage. Second quad in about 45 seconds time. You'll start wanting to get some armor, stick around this area a little bit more towards the climb of quad. But is the map, would you say it's one you need to set up early, or is it a rush last second kind of map?
I think it depends, but I don't think an early setup is a bad thing. If you've got people with items, then they can get there early, make sure that it is secure, and then team can start joining them. They don't have to be there, you know, ridiculously early, but you know, if you try and come in too late, there are choke points that, if they are held, then you will struggle to get past them and may struggle to get anywhere near the quad.
This window is one of them, and Hypno just railing in there, spamming plasma now. He's got two teammates around the area.
And that's exactly what I mean. There's no way in to play.
That was really exceptional defensive play there by planB. Play just could get nowhere near that. One guy rushing in last second from above. Chaga missing his air rocket there, and Orteza, superstar quad runner for planB.
Yeah, even on a bounce pad, it's not always easy to hit an air rocket, but it would have been the difference between absolutely crippling the quad or, you know, allowing it to continue. But he is missing his shots.
Yeah, he hasn't done too much with it, so Chaga won't be too miffed about that. Has moved in with his armor stack though into this red area. In fact, it looks like play just dissolved into the background of the map. With that quad being such a threat, and they've actually lost out on a red pretty clean take as well, Orteza. So maybe play
he's
a
backed
bit
off,
too defensive.
I really like he's backed off. There's no reason to be in that red room at the moment. He's just back off and secure this rail with a teammate. Don't give the enemy an opportunity to, you know, whittle you down with machine guns.
Israel, so he could do with another rail, pick up himself, or maybe an ammo crate.
That's really nice. He's back for the next red. He never had to expose himself really at any point.
Excellent, efficient play at the moment by planB, and they're going to find it hard to challenge. Unless they really do group up and attack that red together when planB are attacking it, I think.
Well, this rail and red area for planB so far is it's completely a lock. It's very hard for play to even consider challenging it. But then again, another defensive kill at the red.
And they're really taking no real damage to their armor stacks, and this is going to work out very well because it's 20 seconds before the quad. That's a good rail from above as well. Just you watch a dangerous location that can be. Again, yeah, both of them moving around together. Is Hypno and Orteza. Excellent teamwork. You do see that sometimes, teams setting up partnerships on maps. quad coming up in a second or so. Looks like Hate Me decided to dive in on that one. I think Hypno was actually better stacked for it, but he does have the lightning gun, Hate Me. And it's always best to not risk anything, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you're capable.
Decisiveness is really important at the quad. He thought there was a potential threat of it being stolen, and he's not going to take the chance.
Jumps on top of the header shove. Picking up 3 frags at the end of that, lost pretty much all his health. And does eventually just go down before the end of the run. So a pretty decent quad considering it wasn't stacked. Didn't really win over any areas though with it.
No, but they're still, you know, well, they were still a presence at the red until Arteza was taken out, but you know, it's a good start to the map for planB. They have a 10 frag lead already, and we've seen it, you know, they really do take up good positions.
Arteza is caught out. He was trying to make himself known at the red time. Senti taking that pick though. I would imagine Play got the previous one as well, so they could have a couple of armoured players running around the map now, and this could be a chance to bring that 9 frag deficit back.
Yeah, and they just, this time, if they can take the next 2 reds, then maybe it'll give them more of a chance to get in on the quad, because so far their quad presence has just not quite been what you'd expect. You can't let those quads keep going.
Senti does take a rail shot, wants to back off here, doesn't want to get cheap damage. Just try and retain as much of that armour as possible. Got about 10 seconds till the red, and then it's definitely time to move towards the quad. It might work out pretty well actually if he waited around the red for that last pick. Does do it. Let's see what he can do. That's an excellent kill on Hate Me. Took a chunk of damage though. He's got to be quick now. Arteza's going to be caught out in the back as well. That's such a good route by Senti. Brilliant play.
Yeah, much better this time from Play.
Oh!
Wow.
Well, you have to question really the objective thought process going on there. It seemed more important to the team to give him the lightning gun than actually eliminate the threat or escape the area with the quad.
Yeah, and as he jumped away in a straight line, I imagine he probably took somewhere in the region of, well, 100% machine gun in the back.
Yeah. Got to try and be as aware as possible of the threats around you. Machine gun is a danger. I mean, it might be a spawn weapon, but you can do serious damage with the machine gun. It is long range as well, of course.
Yep. And if you're not moving, it will hit very accurately at long range as well, you know, despite that slight bit of inbuilt spread.
This quad area reminds me very much of campgrounds, and that the fact is your main focus has to be to get the quad out of that area as quick as possible into a safe zone, and then worry about getting the items, getting the weapons.
Yeah, I think so, because there's just so many positions, you know, different heights, different angles that you have to be concerned with.
Wow. Hypno going so aggressive there with the rockets as he rushed around the corner. There's one over at rail as well, away from Play. And this is, of course, the danger with grouping. You can get caught out and then multiple players on your team die. Hypno going aggressive up the bounce pad there. 2 players against him on this occasion. They seem to be winning out with that machine gun pushing him back. He does get the frag. Oh! And it seems like Play got a bit more of a presence now around this sort of red rail area.
Yeah, planB were kind of dominating that area for, you know, the early parts of this map, but it seems a lot more even there now, and you know, it is an area that you have to keep contested because that rail is so important.
This could be an important quad swinging the frags either way here. planB look like they've actually done a pretty good job defending the area. There's only 1 player left. He is fragged though. Is anybody going to make the jump for it? Senti does frag the quad though. Point blank range rocket, although need to go down as well, but that could have been a big opportunity for either team.
I think it's important,
Play, or
definitely important for Play to kill that quad. You know, if it has escaped, you never know what's going to happen on this map. If he healths up, then it could be 5 or 6 frags, even if he has to spend, you know, 10 seconds or so getting health and armor.
Nice bit of lightning gun there from Senti, hit a very high accuracy.
Yeah, it's very, very controlled.
Very old school legendary player from Quake 3 era.
Yep. Played in the EuroCup with QPO. Featuring Prozac.
we're on EuroCup 26. I think he played, what, EuroCup 23, was it? I mean, sorry, 3? Just... maybe in the
it might have
20s,
been. I'm not sure.
one of the very early set of EuroCups. Decade ago. Doesn't seem like too much changes.
Hasn't remained active the whole time, but you know he's back at the moment and he's looking really good.
Red armor picked. He's got a rocket launcher and a shotgun to work with. His team are securing that rail. He didn't expect Alteza to be there, did he?
Yeah, I've seen Alteza ambush in that position on more than one occasion, and yet again proving to be so effective.
Again, the scores are so tight. Just around 10 frags margin between the two teams. We're into the second half of the map now. We've got 25 seconds until the next quad. Plan B ahead again, like they were on the previous map. This is Play's home map now, their map choice, and they have to win this one. It's 1-0 to Plan B at the moment.
And again, they're trying to work their way into that quad.
Oh,
Senti's taking the back route. I think it's important that you have someone taking this route. You need as many angles as possible.
It's a good rail to first defense. He missed the second though. The quad is fragged pretty quickly. I'm kind of hoping more that maybe Play can pick up some quad runs. They were weaker on the power-ups on the previous map, and they haven't really had too much to say with it on this one either yet.
No, and it makes a big difference, doesn't it? It's what allows you to try and really take full control of the map, even if it's only for a minute or so.
Following Senti at the moment again, in quite a lot of the action. Good position to rail from. Whoa! Does just dodge that rocket. Oh! Knocked up in the air by the rail. Does manage to evade, and he's got every weapon except the plasma. He'll just want to be passing them off to teammates here because 3 health is just so risky to retain a full arsenal of weapons. That lightning gun's a pretty good one to share, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, if he dies here, that's a lot of weapons lost. I mean, even a shotgun with 25 ammo, that's... I mean, I know you don't give the ammo as well when you drop it, but a lot to give away if he does die. Bear in mind, any hit from anything will kill him.
He drops. He's going to crater, so... Whoa, he's taking a lot of risks here. There's a shotgunner there. Oh my god! Thought that splash rocket was going to take him out. I don't know how he survived so long. The 5 bubbles aren't up. He's looking in to try and take on a guy with grenades. I suppose probably the safest person you could take on. There's those 5 bubbles. Not going to go for them, is he? Yeah, just making sure he's safe. This is probably when he'll die now. And he's got a more reasonable level of health.
It is time to think about getting into quad again, and you know we've seen that Play often leave it maybe slightly too late. Hard to say, but again I think they're going to struggle to get in.
Wow, Curry just rushed there. That's excellent play by Plan B, just clearing out this back route. Some good rocket spam, and then the rail by Shug, and he's stacked for this one. He's going to land on it. He's grabbed the quad. Needs to hit his rail shots. He doesn't.
Yeah, it's a good grab though. I mean, it was 3v1 there. His teammates had gone down, so at least rescuing the quad, because 11 frags of difference, a good quad run that could potentially see it go up to a 20 difference.
So, following Serbos, it feels like maybe they've let Play have more of the reds in the previous few minutes.
Yeah, I think so, because you know we saw that they were doing a very good job as a team on the red in the early parts of the game, but now it does seem to be Play that kind of has superiority over them.
They're a little bit more spread out though, the yellows, but they're in very holdable positions with that mega as well, so I don't really think it's a disadvantage to hold.
No, I don't think it's a disadvantage. As long as I think you still need to contest the rail, and I'd say the red team does have an advantage in terms of position on rail, but you've got some good weapons to attack it with, lightning guns and rocket launchers.
I'm going to presume that the mega stats are pretty heavily in the favour of planB. We see Serbos with that latest mega pickup. Lightning gun to his name as well, rocket launcher, plasma. There's no real threat coming in from Play. They seem to be happy on the red side of the map. Oh, it's a weird positions for planB. This is kind of an unusual area of the map, that sort of room. It doesn't really have anything there.
No, it's only a route that can take you to other important parts of the map.
Oh my god, how did they manage that? You could see that coming a mile off. Wow, that's a big oversight there. I mean, Zerbos was stacked. Hate Me was stacked as well. Hate Me ends up telefragging his own teammate.
At a terrible time as well, so close to quad.
Yeah, I mean, they look very good position to make sure this is secure. It looks like they take it pretty cleanly anyway. Zerbos, in fact, getting back. Why is he diving down there? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he did have the opportunity to make it into that, well, I guess would have been a safe corridor, but choose to go for it.
Just highlighting the point I guess we made earlier, which is the kind of zone you just want to get the hell out of there first, then maybe think about going back for any resources that you saw on your way out.
Yeah, because with that lightning gun, obviously you can't reach the people shooting him, or he couldn't reach the guy shooting him from above. Machine gun would have been too slow. I mean, backing off really would have been the best choice.
I was fragged by a teammate. Sentry makes up for it with a quick frag on Hypno rocket launcher. Still as effective as it ever was.
See the whole team at play in that red rail area.
There's a real divide between these two teams now, and Senti could do some real damage at this yellow. That's what you need to start doing. If you've got a solid lock on one of the items, you really need to push out and take away the items the other team has.
Yeah, that's perhaps what they're maybe guilty of not doing enough. You know, they've done a very good job of making sure they get these reds, but I think they need someone. Yeah, I mean, it's a good steal of the red from planB. Play really needs someone who is looking more in terms of what he can do on the other side of the map. Doesn't necessarily have to be someone with a stack either, if you don't want to use the stack on that job.
So they are trying to challenge the Mega a little bit here, but it's a clean pickup. So
yep.
I'm surprised he's going to chase them at the bounce pad, but it does have team support there. In fact, team support that didn't like him coming.
But again, that's another red taken by planB. Last one before quad as well.
Worked out pretty well, but I mean, I can't tell if they've got anybody stacking themselves, so maybe it's just both teams have damaged the hell out of each other. No one's going to be necessarily stacked for it. planB back off earlier. That's a great bit of railing. It's a double rail by Otezzo. In fact, Hypno taking that one because he had the lightning, I presume. Mega's up. Oh, it's been machine gunned down from two different locations. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I'd imagine they were both fresh spawners, so it's a bit bad luck from the spawn system. We still haven't seen a Mega run. No. And Otezzo be your pick to be able to do one, but I haven't seen even one from him either. Just waiting for that opportunity where God can escape with a stack and just get on a nice run and get lucky with the spawns, because you can see some seriously high frag counts on this one. Although you have to say maybe it's to do with the fact that both teams do play quite a tight-knit game. They have a very controlled team pattern across the map, and they all turn up for the power-ups. It's probably the two teams that we've seen turn up for the most power-ups, both teams, of any match so far.
Impressive.
So if you turn up, you're always going to do damage to the people that eventually maybe get the kill. If it's not you.
There's only one quad remaining as well, by the way. It's a lot to bring back for play, even if they do manage to get it.
Right, the score has increased just over these last few minutes. And this is the kind of gap, I mean, they were at on the previous map, but they had a bit more time to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, it can still be brought back. They would really need an amazing last power-up, but it's just... the game has gone beyond them, and I kind of feel like they've just watched it happen. They haven't done enough to prevent it. They haven't been proactive enough in trying to bring the game back either.
That was a strange weapon drop by Mobius. I mean, you could see the rocket was up there. Probably jumped away for a split second away from it. And instead of just sort of waiting for him to go back, he decided to drop it. He's dived in, just taking so much damage with that red, just so desperate to get in there and get that quad. Zerbos has done the right thing. Look, he escapes out the room straight away.
Yeah, this time he's...
oh, that's a good counter
kill
by Puri.
Puri was quick to rotate his position, because he was in the quad room when quad was picked up.
Well, it does look like, with 30 seconds left, this is going to go in the way of planB, and they're going to take a 2-0 victory over play. I mean, before the tournament started...
It's another surprise 2-0 win. We've seen so many games with unexpected results, but weirdly, they've never been free mappers. They've always been 2-0s.
Yeah, besides some of the Gentleman Club, of course.
saw Low-Fly beat 102 2-0, Gentleman Club beat Low-Fly 2-0.
And it has been a close game, so I mean, a 2-0 scoreline, it's, in a way it flatters planB a little bit, but it just shows
Blue wins.
how well they've performed consistently across those two maps. Excellent play.
Yeah, and if I had any doubt whether or not they'd be a threat in this competition at the beginning, you know, I felt they could be, but definitely at this point they're proving to be a threat. They look absolute favourites now to go through from this group with, well, Sito, because it's Sito who have the flawless record so far.
Yeah.
planB have only dropped one game.
Maybe Unknown.
Unknown have lost one game, of course, themselves, but you know everyone else now has multiple losses to their name.